Hello and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. My name is Sylvia and I'm the person behind Knitting for Rose. Lately I have been in a total Valentine's Day kind of mood. I usually never celebrate it, but with like everything knitting and movies and everything like that, I am just getting in a bit of a Valentine's mood. So I have gathered a bundle on Ravelry, which entails loads of patterns that for me kind of feels like Valentine's. Some of them have hearts on them and others are simply just quite feminine and dainty. So I wanted to share this little bundle with you guys, whoever is watching. So yeah, why not just get started? We're going to go over different kind of groups of patterns, starting with cardigans. So the first pattern I would like to tell you a bit about is the Bapuri Cardigan by berryknitting, which for me is just so feminine and dainty. It seems, however, like it only comes in 2 sizes, so not very size inclusive to be fair, but it does seem like it is a bit oversized cardigan, however. So maybe it could work for more people. Else it seems like it could kind of easily be modified to suit a smaller or larger size groups. I don't know. For me, this pattern just seems so dainty and feminine and just encapsulates that feeling. So I wanted to share it, and I have my computer here, so that's why I'm looking a bit this direction. But I really like it. It is one of the cardigans I would like to knit myself one day. I'm not entirely always very good with the whole feminine wardrobe kind of thing for myself, because I don't personally feel like it's very much my style, but I really love it and I wish it was a bit more my style. The dog is lying over there, or one of the dogs. The family I'm with, because I'm an au pair here in Spain, they have just gotten a new puppy and it's so adorable, but it's downstairs because else it would pee and poop and chew on all of the blankets and everything up here. Okay, so the next pattern is the A Little Harmony cardigan by Manmi Choi, which I just had to include because it does have the hearts going down, and what is more Valentine feely things than hearts? So I had to include this. Okay, so it has these heart chains going down the body, on the front of the body, and else it entails, I think, is it like moss stitch? I don't know. Is this... It's not really written about what kind of stitch it is, but it kind of looks like, no, not moss stitch, fisherman's rib, or half fisherman's rib, I don't know. But it looks adorable. And I would personally really like to make this at some point, but in like a brown color. I think that would just have that extremely cozy vibe, not as dainty and feminine, however, but a very cozy vibe, and that is very much me. But like this in a soft color would just be perfectly feminine and dainty. And oh, I didn't say why I make this little podcast this close to Valentine's Day. or not podcast, video with inspiration for knitting patterns. I'm making this so close to Valentine's Day because even though you probably can't manage to get any of these patterns done for Valentine's Day, I think personally it's perfectly okay and suitable to have like a seasonal cast on for like a holiday or anything like that. That is something I'm often inspired to, at least, so I don't know if that's anyone else also, but the seasonal cast-ons, I only first get like really in the mood for like seasonal knitting often when the season has hit, so this is why I'm making it now. But this pattern, however, it comes from sizes 2XS, so 2X small to 5XL, and is in English and Korean. So an okay large size range, and yeah, I like it a lot. The next pattern is, in my opinion, even more feminine and dainty. It's one of the most where, when I saw it for the first time on Ravelry, I was just like, oh my goodness, that's so cute and so like just encapsulates the female energy, sort of. It is the Priscilla by Marzena Kołaczek. I don't know how to pronounce it, her last name, or first name for that matter, for that I'm sorry. But it is this so cute, feminine and very dainty cardigan, which comes in 7 sizes, and the pattern is in English and Polish. And yeah, it's just, it looks so cute, like, what, I can't say anything besides that. It's just marvelous, really. This is one of those patterns I wish I were able to wear, but unfortunately don't quite fit into my personal style. But the next pattern is something I think I could manage to wear and would really love. It is the Françoise cardigan. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never learned French. By Mandy Julie, and it is this very, it gives such a like a spring or summer feeling to me, with like these eyelets and everything going on, and I just adore it, really. I would really love to make it in, yeah, I don't know, if maybe this kind of blue that is in the picture. It's marvelous, and it comes in sizes XS, so extra small, to 5XL, and yeah, I really love it, and it could be such a perfect, like, going to maybe a dinner on Valentine's Day or just any other night, really, kind of pattern. What am I? Oh, it was just my mum who texted me. I'll have to answer when I'm done with this video. It was, my parents are coming to visit me here in Madrid, so they need a picture of my passport for the hotel. But the next pattern, if we're just going to move on, get going, it is the Tied and True cardigan by Tamara Jordan, and the sizes are listed as bust circumference, I think, so 28 inches to 62 inches, and it is this little, like, I can't even really call it like a cardigan because it doesn't have full sleeves, but cover up maybe. It is called a cardigan, the pattern at least, but I don't know. A cardigan I often associate with long sleeves, but it is a Oh, it comes out also in long sleeve. Never mind. But it's so, like, this very light feeling it has, with only being made up in mohair. It's very angelic and flowy, and yeah, I just had to include it. I adore it. And it makes such a perfect like cover-up piece for like a dress or a little top or something like that. But I especially like how she has paired it in the photos with like a dress, because it is really difficult, in my opinion, to find cardigans or something to cover up dresses with without it looking a bit off. I personally am in need of such a piece that just looks great with a dress. Okay, so now we have entered the sweater part of the video. The first one is a pattern I myself really want to make. I just have to get some yarn for it, buy some yarn. It is the Sweetheart by Veronica Lindberg, also known as Kurva Kika. And I am just in love with this pattern. I first came across it when I had bought her berryknitting to wear, and immediately my first thought was just, I have to make this at some point. It is on my queue on Ravelry, so it is something I am planning to do. I really just need to get some yarn first, because I really don't know what yarn I want to make it with. I hope I will be able to find some when I go to Love Yarn Madrid, a yarn festival here in Madrid next weekend. So I hopefully I'll maybe be able to find something there. Else I'll just have to wait a bit to get home to Denmark and order some yarn. But this pattern, it comes in sizes extra small to 5XL, and it's, in my opinion, really perfect for Valentine's Day. If you do want something that is feminine, but you can't really wear the too feminine and too dainty kind of style, as me. So this is a perfect replacement for that, with it a bit more, maybe a bit more boxy and not as many like intricate eyelet details and cables and everything, but instead it does have like in a bit, not as intricate because it's like one pattern all throughout, that is entails a bit more stockinette, and it's like this leaf heart shaped kind of thing, and I really like it. It's so simple but yet so interesting to look at. I really think this could become like a kind of staple in a wardrobe, especially for like spring and autumn, depending on which color you choose to knit it up in, because it does allow that kind of airflow throughout with all the eyelets. The next pattern I had to include was the Champagne Pullover by Sari Nordlund, and it is a pattern that comes in how many sizes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different sizes, with a finished bust circumference of 95 to 175 centimeters, or 37.5 to 69 inches, including the intended positive ease of 20 centimeters or 8 inches. And this one is just amazing to look at, really. It has this whole cable but also like eyelet pattern going on where it looks like underneath the cables. And I would really love to make this at some point. It just looks amazing, especially like it's a white color she has made it in. It looks kind of angelic even, I would say. It looks amazing. The only thing that kind of draws me away from making this pattern is that the part of like where it goes from the body to the sleeve, where this, I would assume the sleeve stitches has been picked up. It has like this stockinette band, which I'm not the hugest fan of. But maybe you would be able to make some like modification or something to avoid that, because I would love like the cables and eyelets to go fully up to the body, so you don't have that transition in the same kind of way. But I don't know, it might depend on like the sizes. But yeah, I would love to make this. Not right now, because I have so many other patterns at the front of my queue, but at some point, this is something I want to make. That's for sure. Okay, so the next pattern, if I'm not to be stuck upon one pattern only, it is the heart chain sweater from Mayo, which I think, who was it? I saw a YouTube video the other day of someone who had started the heart chain sweater. Who was it now? Oh, I can't remember. Okay, that annoys me a bit. But like the cardigan with like the hearts I talked about earlier, this also have hearts going. Okay, 1 minute, my mom is calling me. Okay, there we go. My mom ended up calling me about sending the picture of my passport. But as I was saying before, it has these heart chains going down the body, and else it looks like kind of like the Rory? No, that's Rory. Why can't I pronounce the name? But the girl from Gilmore Girls, Rory. I think that's it. She has this very iconic sweater, where on Ravelry there's also a pattern available called the Rory sweater. And this kind of looks like it, but not quite. It is a bit more intricate, I would say. And then it also has the hearts going down, making it very suitable for Valentine's Day. But the hearts being kind of discreet, it is also just a very all year round kind of sweater. Maybe a bit warm for summer, but depending on where you live, maybe on a summer evening, late evening, you would be able to wear it. So yeah, I really like this sweater as well, and I just had to include it, especially because of like the heart chain going down the body. The next pattern is Shell Sweater by TwinKnits, which is, I think, a Danish designer, and it is just, it encapsulates yet again the very dainty and feminine kind of look, and it is perfect for spring and autumn with the eyelets going all over the body, allowing the kind of airflow I was talking about earlier in again. And yeah, it's just a perfect transition piece. It is maybe something where you would need to wear like a top underneath, because it, depending on which yarn you use, it could be a bit see-through, maybe. I don't know. But I would definitely like either wear like a bra close to my own skin color, or a top underneath to minimize the degree of where it would be very see-through and everyone would be able to tell. But this is just lovely. It comes in sizes extra small to 4XL, and the pattern is written in Danish, English, German and Norwegian. And yeah, I don't know what more to say. It's very cute. Next we have a pattern by Fabel Knitwear. It is the Eowyn? I don't know how to pronounce it, but Blouse. It is a pattern that you both can buy in Ravelry, but it is also in Fabel Knitwear Volume 1, the knitting pattern book she made, the first one. And yeah, I think it's very cute. I saw it in I saw Pattern Roundup the other week where this was included, and I just thought, why not include it in this as well for this Valentine's Day kind of roundup of patterns. A lot of Fabel Knitwear's patterns, I think, very much encapsulates the whole very feminine vibe. And yeah, if you like this one, I would very much, what is the word? Push you to maybe seek out more of her patterns or just look through them, because she has so many and they are a bit more, I wouldn't say like out of style or not as common, maybe, I don't know, but they are very interesting, I would say, and they encapsulate that kind of vintage style that at times I really, really like. I have her first book at home in Denmark, and I am very much intending to knit quite a few of them. She has both patterns that I knitted top down but also bottom up, and I personally would most like to knit the bottom, no, top down. What am I talking about? Top down patterns, because that is the kind of way I like to make them the most. But this one is just adorable. And I love seeing the projects other people have made of this on Ravelry, so I would also like to say, check those out. Okay, I think my coffee hasn't kicked in. My brain is a bit scattered. So if we just move on to the very, it's maybe, quite famous. I've seen more and more people talk about this. It is the Cairo Cowl top by Madebyrosh, which is a pattern I have bought myself and intend to knit this year. I think this would be a perfect top for like a date night or just like going out night. It is this very cute top that is sleeveless, but it has like the straps going over the shoulder. So it's a bit, what's the name of it? Off-shoulder top, yeah. And it drapes very nicely in the front and in the back, with the fabric just folding a bit. And yeah, I really love it. I would love to make it myself. I don't know yet exactly which color I would knit it in, but I assume maybe, no, I really don't know. But I know I would love to find some yarn for this when going to the yarn festival here in Madrid as well. I do think, however, I would look for a yarn that contains a bit of cotton maybe, to make it a bit more for like a summer top, so you'll be able to wear it then. Yeah, I like this loads. And as for sizes, it is made to measure, so there isn't written any sizes up in here, but it was published in December of 2025, so it isn't that old yet, it's quite new still. Next we have the Campanula tee by Hermann Sørensen, which is a Danish designer. I think she posted on Instagram that until Valentine's Day, I think it was, that she has like a discount code you can find on her Instagram. I'll just check it quickly to be entirely sure, so I don't say something that's definitely not true. I can also just search Okay, there we go. cupid.knits, that's also named there. Yes, you can get 25% off if you buy the pattern before Valentine's Day with a coupon code you can find on her Instagram and in one of her latest posts, of where she tells the picture of the tee. But it is this very cute tee, you see, and it comes in 14 different sizes, and it contains this very dainty like ribbing all throughout, which I think this kind of ribbing makes it a bit more interesting, because it isn't just 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, but more for, yeah, I don't even quite know what the exact like repetition of the pattern is, but it looks very cute. And seeing this, I wish I could wear a top like this, because this is just so adorable. But unfortunately, my relationship with t-shirts isn't the best. I like much more either full sleeve or just straps. So this wouldn't be ideal for me, but gosh, this is perfect for a tee. If you like the kind of fitted tee, I usually like fitted top quite a lot myself. But yeah, I would really recommend you checking this pattern out, especially if you are seeing this close to release date, because then most likely the pattern is still on sale if you put in the code. The next top is the Eloise top by Friday Knits, and it is this very cute top which has like this mesh kind of fabric. I call it mesh because it's a bit more see-through. Above the bust, where it has like these small dots all over, and made in mohair, and it's just so cute and I really like it. I think especially like in this kind of white color or even the black color. She also have put a picture in for the like pictures of the pattern. I think that is just so dainty, and I have said that word way too many times in this video, but it really is. It is just so cute. And it is inspired by Bridgerton, and it is said that if you purchase 3 Bridgerton inspired pattern, you can get them for the price of 2 of them, and the discount is automatically applied actually. But this pattern, it comes in sizes extra small to 4XL, fitting a bust circumference of 71 to 147 centimeters, or 28 to 58 inches. And the finished bust circumference, this is written below, but it's nearly identical. It's just that it might have more or less positive ease, depending on where on the scale you fall. For the because for like centimeters, the smallest size is written 71 to 76, so there is a 5 centimeter gap where you fit in, and for all of those with inches, it's 2 inches for plus minus for one size. So the finished garment bust size is just one measurement, so more or less depending on where you fall. But I really like it, and it's actually a surprisingly old pattern, I would say. It came out in June 2022, and it has 43 patterns on Ravelry, which I don't quite understand, because this is adorable. I would think more people had knitted it, but what do I know? More people probably have, but just not added it here on Ravelry, to be fair. Not a lot of people do, unfortunately. Okay, so the next pattern groups is, of course, if you have seen any of my videos, you know I'm quite a big fan of knitted socks. So, of course, I also had to entail some socks in this pattern roundup. The first one is a free pattern, and it is an Elderflower Wine by Cowl Coffee. I don't know how to pronounce that, so it's very sorry for that. I think this pattern, unfortunately, only comes in 2 sizes, but it is a free pattern, so maybe you can modify it, because it seems like the pattern or the chart is just repeated, so you can maybe add more or less charts just after after the circumference of your view and which size you would like to make. And yeah, I just thought I had to include this. It's because of like the feminine energy this gives off. And yeah, okay, the next pattern is the I Heart Socks by TwinKnits. And yes, if you buy this pattern before also on Valentine's Day, so at latest on Valentine's Day this year, which is 2026, you get 25% off this pattern. And this pattern comes in 3 different sizes, which is very typical of TwinKnits. But I think I have bought a couple of her patterns, but I've not yet knitted them. So I don't know if she writes anything of if you would like to make them bigger or smaller, you can do this. But I would assume that you could just cast on more stitches and repeat the chart once or twice or even more times to be able to fit the circumference you would like. But yeah, it is very, like with all these hearts, it's very Valentine's Day vibes it's giving. It's just ideal for Valentine's Day or any lover girl or anything like that. The next pattern is Our Lilies by Yuka. It is a pattern I think I have talked about before, but it is a pattern I would really like to knit myself, where I think for me this very feminine and dainty vibe this gives, and the whole overall like look of it. It is, if it was like a top or a cardigan or a sweater, I wouldn't be able to wear it. But when it's on the feet and further away from like my corso and head, it is more allowable. So I think it being on the feet, it would be perfect to just include that little detail of femininity and daintiness to my wardrobe. And I would really like this. So I think if you are like me, this could be the perfect addition to add this little feminine energy to your wardrobe. It is a pattern that comes in 3 different sizes and is written up in English and Japanese. And yeah, I really like it. It looks so incredibly adorable and a bit intricate, and it has some details I've never seen before in socks. As for like the toes, it has this crossover stitch, and it's also like on the Achilles seam, I think it's called, I don't know entirely, before like the heel is constructed entirely. But the heel construction overall is a bit different than I've seen on many other socks. So I think that would be very interesting to make. And I would really love to make this pattern at some point. I just have to, yeah, I don't know, buy the pattern and I have yarn, so maybe just figure out which color and which kind of yarn I would like to make it in. Or just maybe buy some yarn, because I don't have this very like dusty violet color, or just like a violet color overall, and I think I would like to make it in this sort of color maybe, I don't know. So maybe I would need to buy some light purple yarn to make these socks. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And on to the next pattern. We have Romance by Tricot and Stitch. And it is a pattern that comes in 3 different sizes and has these flowers all over. So it looks incredibly intricate and so dainty, and just this whole romance feeling of it. I really like it. It is unfortunately only available, it seems, in 52 Weeks of Socks, Volume 2. So I don't even have the book myself, but I would really love to get my hands upon it. And it is knitted on a, oh my goodness, that is a teeny tiny needle. It is US 000 of 1.5 millimeters. So I think because I am a very like tense knitter, I would be able to make it on like a 2 millimeters or maybe 2.25, I don't know, millimeter needles. But I think I'm quickly going to need to change the battery on my camera. It's blinking red because I have to change it. So if I quickly am to do so, 1 minute. It really isn't the best that I have to cut these videos so much into different little parts, because then I don't know how long the video is going to be, which isn't ideal at all. But yeah, this pattern is just so incredibly everything, really. I really like it. It is just so, it really captures the feeling of like romance and daintiness and femininity and all of those I can't talk. All of those small words that just encapsulates the feminine energy. And if you own this book, I would really recommend you to make this pattern. And I would love if you would send me a picture. Whoa, I've just changed my battery. What does it mean this doesn't have that much also? Okay, I'll haste a bit more through the last patterns, I think. The next pattern is Groove is in the Heart by TwinKnits, which is this also, it's kind of like a checkered heart sock with alternating colors between white and red in these pictures, where it alternates in the checkered pattern. And again, it comes in 3 different sizes, and with the hearts, it's just perfect for Valentine's Day yet again. The next one is a free pattern by Drops Design, and it is the Queen of Heart socks, which also contains all of these hearts, but this one it's all throughout, and in the pictures there is used a, I would assume, hand-dyed yarn, which gives it a bit more dimension and depth in the pattern. And yeah, I think this is a perfect pattern if you want to go for the free option of a pattern, but would really like to make heart socks or just a colorwork sock for Valentine's Day. The next sock is a pattern that was released in January of 2026, so it's very new and only has one project on Ravelry yet. And it is these Knit Me Tender socks by Renate Indormi, I don't know, where it's like a heart with a arrow shot through, so like kind of like Cupid. And I think these are some of the most Valentine appropriate socks I have seen. So of course when I saw this on my debut patterns maybe, or my pattern highlights maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but when I saw it I just knew I had to include this in this video. And these socks come in 3 different sizes, small, medium and large, and yeah, I really like them. I would really like to knit them, I think maybe next year, because I have quite a lot of socks I want to get through this year. But yeah, the next pattern is the Twisted Heart socks by Wildflower Fiber Crafts, and it is a free pattern as well as the drops. And this one comes in, it doesn't say any sizes, but yeah, I really like this. Okay, I have no idea about the sizing of this one, but it does look so cute and I really like it. It has like the cardigan and heart chain sweater, I think it was called, these heart chains going over, so that could be a very nice like little matchy, some matchy patterns. But yeah, if we're going to dresses, I don't think I've ever included dresses in my pattern roundups, but since it's Valentine's Day and people might go out to like a dinner or something like that, I thought, why not include dresses? So you can dress up all nicely in those. Firstly, we have the 50 Shades Ash by Alison Hendricks, which is a pattern I really like and a dress I would love to make myself. I think, however, I would make it floor length, so just add length to it. But I really like the construction and the bare back, and that it's kind of like has this V-neck but kind of broad. So like a scoop neck, I think maybe it's called. I don't entirely know, but it looks so feminine and I really like it. It comes with 2 different types of bag, either the backless version or a version that is just a bit scooped but a bit less than the front, so it doesn't go all the way down. And I really like this. She has some very nice and feminine things in her 50 Shades collection. she made, and this is she has two like dresses or slipovers, and this is definitely the more like going out appropriate one, whereas the other one looks a bit more like a nightgown or a slipover you put on for bed. But yeah, I would definitely love to make this myself at some point. And for sizes, it comes in extra small to 3XL, and it is written up in English and German. Next, we of course have the Natalia dress by Maria Shea Morgenstad, which is a Norwegian designer. And this dress has also, I think, it has been a kind of like all over the knitting community. Last year, was it? Yeah, last year, because it came out in June 2025. And this is kind of similar to the other one, but the construction of the sleeve and the back and also the front is a bit different, but like the vibe of a bit more backless dress has kind of the same vibe for me, at least. And this is one I would really love to knit myself. This might be a bit more like appropriate some places than the other one, but I really like it. It just depends on your style, I think. Like the other one I would really love to wear and knit, but this one is maybe a bit more, I would say, appropriate for like family gatherings and such. For those, I'm not the complete fan of such a low back as the other pattern, where this is a bit more, isn't as fitted, and then the back isn't as low, but it still has a low back. So yeah, but this comes in sizes extra small to 4XL, and it's just adorably sweet, and I really love it. Next up, we have the girl dress, which is a pattern by berryknitting, and it comes in waist circumferences measurements, so 60 to 140 centimeters or 24 to 56 inches, and it's the actual waist circumference. And yeah, it's just also a backless dress once again. I don't know, I might really like these dresses, it seems at least. And I think this would be the perfect like summer dress, going on vacation or just slumbering, having a nice time at home or in your home city, hometown. And yeah, I would really love this dress for like a more relaxed fit in the summertime. But it does seem incredible. It is written to be a dress created to be a showstopper, much like the iconic movie character it borrows its name from. The girl. The main character. It took a second. It draws inspiration from old Hollywood glamour and mid-century design, combining a daring silhouette with a touch of vintage allure, clean lines derived from function, and that pristine look that only contemporary knitwear construction can achieve. And I really love that description. I think that really encapsulates what this dress is. Lastly, so for the very last pattern in this video, before my camera completely runs out of battery, it is the Camille dress by Johanna Garish. And it is a dress that was published in October 2025, so still a kind of new pattern. It comes in sizes extra small to 5XL, and it's a bit more like and the other dresses were sleeveless or maybe strap only had. Okay, I really hope my camera kept that video I was in the midst of doing, because I don't know where I was before then. But this dress is much more appropriate for, yeah, winter time or the colder months, since it has full sleeves. Like the other dresses, there is an option kind of for a deeper neck. It seems like the dress is reversible, so if you want the deeper back, you have like a front that goes more up, and if you turn it around, you have a V-neck and a back that goes further up. So that is kind of incredible that you have the options for both types in one dress. And I really like that she made it in this palette covered version. I think, however, I wouldn't, but that's mostly because for me the palettes is kind of itchy. But I really love the look of it. It adds so much dimension and just a very like night out kind of vibe to it. And in the red color it makes a perfect Christmas dress. But in any other color, or even the red one, it's also a perfect Valentine's Day knit. And just going out to dinner, or maybe a friend's gathering or something like that kind of dress. But I don't know how much more I have to say. For the knitting patterns in this video, I have already had one battery completely die on me, and this is blinking rapidly. So I think I would have to round up this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching these small patterns and me rambling on and not being able to find my words yet again. I really have to drink a lot more coffee before filming these videos, I think. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in a future video. If you want to see what I've been doing in my knitting world, you can check out my Instagram for a more real life kind of like explanation and photos and everything. Those come up a bit before I share a lot of things on YouTube. So you can follow a bit more along on there. Else you can follow my YouTube channel and see my future videos for what I'm up to in podcasts and knitting vlogs and future knitting pattern bundles, roundup things. I think I need a cup of more coffee. So I would say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have or will enjoy your day. See you next time, maybe.